Update everything. All right, let's get some music going. Something a little bit different tonight. All right, something a little bit different tonight. Welcome, welcome. Hopefully I can see the chat. All right. We'll start the gameplay shortly. I just want to do a couple of little spruiks of my my stream, just in a couple of places on Discord. All right. Won't be too long. All right. Let's get started. Keep the music going. It's not my usual music choices, but figured I'd do something a little bit different. So today we are in the Inheritance hardcore world. So, minor spoilers, I have some diamond gear. But, you know, at this stage of the game, it's to be expected. So, I'm here with a bunch of llamas with chests, and some mushroom stems, and silk touch. Let me know if the music's too loud, by the way. Turn that down a little bit. And, yeah, the idea is we're grinding for mushroom stems because I need lots of them. And I only have a few days left in the world. So, hopefully, I don't die and bring my hardcore run to a quick finish. Because that would be rather embarrassing to die on stream when I only have a few days left in the hardcore world. In real time. Anyway. Trying to get about... what was it? Trying to get... Oh, we need to go another way. Loaded schematics. Load schematics. So we need to get 1955 mushroom stems. Currently we have... How many was that? Not very many. 31. So, we've got a bunch of bone meal, a bunch of llamas, and 1955 was about 30 stacks or something. So, we'll leave the music going. We've got a bit of music by Apollo Music going in the background for entertainment while I'm doing this. And obviously watching me grinding for things. And yeah, feel free to chat and ask any questions you might have. And I have forgotten to use the non-silk touch axe for that. So I need to place some mushroom blocks and turn them back into mushrooms. Mushroom blocks might also be good for murals as well, but probably for map art, but I probably won't be around to use them. So that one we need to pick up again. And the rest we'll use normal axe to get. And we'll go to sleep so we don't get beaten up by anything in the meantime. Alrighty. So hopefully chat will be visible on the screen in a moment as well. I'll bring that back up. And we'll just go sleep. So this wonderful farmhouse here, I believe, was built by Minilo. Hey Zora! That is guidelines for yeah, YouTube chat. That's something that's been around for a while. I just hadn't actually set it up. Alright, so I'm going to make sure I don't actually have these in my offhand so I don't place them accidentally. Ignore the diamond gear. You'll see that see where that comes into the timeline once the episodes are actually released. Yeah, I do have diamond gear. I'm just not using it at the moment because, for the screenshot at least, it was out of place chronologically for the last episode. I have some diamond gear. I'll be gearing up fully in diamond for the final episode. Alright, let's see if I can bone meal these where they are, or if they need to be moved. Perfect. Let's try this one. Nope, that one's too close. That's fine. Can we do this one? Nope. Can we do this one? Yes. Okay. Alright, so silk touching the stems, and then trying to remember not to use silk touch on the rest of it. Yeah, I think it's a new thing for maybe for hitting 500 subs, but I haven't actually got the watch time yet, so I haven't got all of the other perks. But I wasn't told that it was a like it didn't get a notification that it was something that had become available because of my watch, because of my sub level. It's just something that I was told was available, so it might be available for everyone. Not sure. Alright. We'll just bone meal these ones. Yep. And this one. And we'll stop the music probably after Atmalander. We'll stop the background music. We'll just leave it going for a little while. And I used the wrong the wrong axe. That's fine. I'll just live with that one. Alright, what have we got? We got nearly 1 stack. I'm not necessarily going to stream the whole thing, but I figured it would be a good use of my time to stream this sort of thing while I've still got the world, because I am running out of time in the world. I've literally only got a few days left. Now let's go and get another axe before we do all of this with Silk Touch. The grass bridge is not done yet. I am letting it grow, but I do need Silk Touch for other things. So we're just heading back to the iron farm to get a bit more iron. Make a couple more axes that I'm not Silk Touch. Alright, we'll let Atmolander play through, and then we'll turn off the music for a while. Alright, let's put the shield back on the offhand. We'll grab a second axe, I think. There's something like 30 stacks we needed, so... Yeah, exactly. Yep, I put my helmet back on. Good idea. Let's go with some diamond gear then, since I've already got the diamond gear and we've discussed it already. But for the screenshot, it was out of context with the rest of the series. So, but this will be probably a little bit of it done as a time lapse, and not the whole thing obviously being shown, because that would be, as he said, way too repetitive. It's all right for stream content, not so good for having in videos. I mean, if someone wants to watch me cutting down a whole bunch of mushrooms, then they're welcome to. I mean, if they're welcome to watch me do it while I'm streaming, but certainly not going to be doing it in my video. Unless you count the later replay of this one, which counts as a video. Alright, so... yeah, we've still got nearly 2 stacks of bone meal, so it should be enough to keep us going. So I have helm, and I have pants. These are Curse of Vanishing, but I figure what's the worst that could happen with Curse of Vanishing? I'm playing hardcore anyway. So why not use what's available? This means it won't be available for a future generation or a future inheritor. But there's another pair that will be, so I think they can live with that. Is that one far enough away? No, it's not going to be far enough away. Alright, let's just break these first, so I don't do them with Silk Touch and waste my Silk Touch. Now, we are eventually going to need to go and get some mending done on the Silk Touch axe as well. We've got mending added to it already. We're just going to need to actually use that mending. So yeah, given that I've got, I think it's about, what's the day today? So I've got about 4 or 5 days left on the world. Rather than streaming something different, I figured I'd just use the time for this. Alrighty. Anyone on Twitch, feel free to say hi, by the way, unless that's also you, Zora. Feel free to say hi there as well if you like. If it is. Alright. Are we at a stack yet? We're almost at a stack. Awesome. I think we might move that one. Try it again. Slightly further over. Nope, doesn't like being there. We might just cut this one down and try again. Also, doing the harvesting here means that we're probably in simulation range for the grass to grow. So we're sort of killing two birds with one stone. Alright. Let's try one there. And another one over here. Try that one first. There we go, that one worked this time. And that doesn't want to work this time because it's too far underneath things. Alright, that's fine. We'll just try it again. Once we cut this one down. I think we'll just do one or two at a time. Alright. We over a stack? We are over a stack. Let's put the first stack on the lead llama. Iron axes are cheap and effective, so we may as well use them. Alright, coming up to the end of the music, so I'll get ready to switch the music over. Doesn't like that one either for some reason. Yeah, let's move it from there. Happy with that one. Now see we got some nighttime sneak up on us. Might just quickly cut this down and go back to the bed. Maybe bring the bed over so we can just sleep straight away when it catches up to us next. Let's just stop the music there. We'll save that for the end of the stream. And I can see we're starting to have nighttime sneak up on us. So let's not let that happen. We don't want too much going on in hardcore at night. Alright. I think we'll just relocate the bed for the moment. Hopefully, this is the most challenging thing to actually get for the map art that I'm doing, is the mushroom stems. So hopefully, we'll get through all of that, and I'll have enough time to actually do the map art. If not, I will leave the schematic in place for the next Inheritor, if they wish to do the map art, if they wish to finish it. If I don't get to finish it, that would be great, because it is a self-portrait. It feels a little bit weird doing a portrait of myself. It's going to be for my shrine, so it might actually be the contribution I can make is to get all the materials for it and let someone else build it. That might work out well canonically anyway. Although most of the materials, apart from the mushroom stem, already exist in the world and they weren't gathered by me, so. Probably should have picked an area with a bigger podzol spread. But I thought this would be big enough to do 4 mushrooms at a time. It wasn't. I can get 2 sometimes, so let's try 2. Put 1 there and maybe 1 there. There's 1. The corners. Okay, let's get rid of the corners. Try it again. That's our max. Maybe if we just get down to the stems and just grow a bunch of stems, that could work. Might be a little bit faster, or feel a little bit faster. Let's try. Yep, if we do that, that works. That way we can switch tools when we're just doing the stems. That works well too. Alright. How many have we got now? Nearly another stack. We're going to need more bone meal soon. Alright, that's a nice tall one. Let's try another one over here. Nope, doesn't want to work. Well, there's one here. It's probably going to grow a tall one as well. Okay, well that makes it a little tricky because I wasn't expecting a tall one. Just use a bit of the brown mushroom blocks. And we need to make a couple more iron axes by the look of it. Whoops. Guess we can leave that one there. Alright. More iron required. Nearly 2 stacks. So yeah, even if we could just get half of the mushrooms together on stream, it saves me a lot of time between now and when I do the next session. So we could also probably burn through some of these to make more bone meal. Another stack of bone meal though, so we should be okay. For a little while at least. And we need some more axes. So do we have any wood here? We have some sticks. Might just chop down 1 or more of these trees, especially the ones that have got the weird looking leaves. Clean things up a little bit and we'll make a few more tools. Got a bunch of spruce trees, and the spruce trees are a little close, so although I don't want to waste the silk top using that, so let's grab a few potatoes and cook up some food while we're here. No, cook up food, not eat raw potatoes. It's not efficient. We do have access to better food, but we're just going to try and stay in this general area. Perfect. We'll just do 16 then. Quarter a stack. And we'll just throw the leftovers in here. Alright. Let's go get another axe. And some extra iron. Not sure how loudly the vehicle's coming through in the background, but I've had lots of problems with noisy vehicles coming by when I'm trying to record lately as well. So, another reason for doing something a little different tonight. Okay, another axe. And we'll get some more sticks from the spruce trees. We'll go deal with our hunger. All right. Chop down that spruce tree. Let's see if we can't get a couple more mushrooms going at once. Leave the dirt there for a moment. That one and that one. See if we can get this one going. Yep. What about this one? Nope. What about this one? Nope. Okay. Gives us room to pick up the dirt again. And I think we'll just pop the dirt here for now. Alright, so let's have another iron hoe. Drop some mushrooms. And another 3 iron axes. Ought to do it. And we'll just drop some things on the llamas for the moment, I think. Keep some spare supplies there. In fact, we might put an axe here so that we can just swap the stack out for a new axe when the time comes. And we'll just pop some spruce on that one. And another axe. There we go. And saplings can go in this guy, and we'll clean them all up as we go. Starting to look a bit dark. Can we sleep yet? We can. I won't lose the hardcore world on stream, Zora. Alright. And we'll put the potatoes on the next llama. Just so we've got food when we need it, without taking up all of our inventory space. Which one had the spruce? I think it was this one. Yep. Alright. Let's use a few andesite blocks to pillar up here. Let's get these loose bits of mushroom. Alrighty, and we'll pillar up here to get rid of this loose bit of spruce. Loose spruce. And we'll just clean up those leaves. Maybe we'll be able to squeeze another mushroom in. Could also be the cherry blossom in the way. Don't really care about losing the cherry blossom sapling. They are extremely common once you get them. Alright, so we've got 40. You're too close to something. You're going straight, that's great. And going straight away. And let's try another one here, see if it works. No. Okay, they're just too close together. I really thought this patch was bigger. Or I miscalculated how big the mushrooms are. Might have chopped down this spruce as well. Yeah, we may as well. There's another one behind it. Alrighty. Hello, Barry Ben. So this is a Inherited hardcore world. It is similar to a popular series you may have seen, but was actually independently conceived. This is the Inheritance hardcore world. I'm actually the sixth player to live in this world, and I have a time limit of 6 months, which is just about run out. I have a whole series of videos I've done on my adventures in the world so far, and I have enough time left in the world to get out probably 2 more videos. And so one of the reasons I'm streaming tonight is because I'm actually trying to get a bunch of mushroom stems so I can do some map art, because I don't usually do map art, so I'm not as familiar with how long it takes to gather resources. And so yeah, I wanted to make sure that instead of my normal streams that I do on weeknights, where I tend to focus on mod pack development and that sort of thing, I was going to spend the time this week trying to make sure I get the mushroom stems while I've still got the time in the world. So I've had the world since June this year, and I get 6 months real lifetime in the world, or until I die, in hardcore, of course. So because I have reached near the end of that time, I am trying to get as much done as possible before I run out of time and have to hand the world over. So basically what that means is when I get to that point, I basically have to get my affairs in order, finish anything I'm in the middle of, or allow it to be taken on by someone else when they take over the world. And part of that process is, I believe it's inferred, if not specifically stated, that at the end of the 6 months, if I have survived, I need to make sure that I don't survive anymore so that someone else can take over the world. So the world file gets handed on to another inheritor, and they start from the spawn tower, which I will take you to in a moment, because I actually wanted to show some stuff in there anyway. So let's just clean up these mushroom stems for a bit. Clean up the mushroom so we can just get the stems at the silk touch. So I'll show you around the world in a moment. Just want to get at least a second stack done. We'll do a quick tour, and I'll show you where the map art's going to go. I won't actually spoil the map art. I can wait for the video to come out for that one. But I will show map art that's been done previously in this world. There's a specific spot for it. Okay, where are we up to? We have 51, so let's finish this stack, and then we will go for a bit of a world tour quickly. Okay. Don't care about the mushroom blocks. Although we can harvest some with silk touch so we get more bone meal. The mushrooms themselves are probably more important at this point. As long as we actually do get some bone meal to grow them with. Alright, let's just clean up these spruce leaves as well. Nope, we got a zombie. Or is it underground somewhere? I think it's underground. Sounds like it's right on top of me, but it's nowhere to be seen. Alright. So, let's get another mushroom or two worth of stems. And that is one short of a stack, so one more mushroom to go. Before we get too caught up on world tours, though, I just want to double check how much we're going to need. So let's have a quick look at the schematics. We'll just check the material list. So we want, it is 30 stacks, plus another 35. We don't have shulker boxes yet because we have not beaten the dragon in the world. There have been five other players in the world and none of them have taken the dragon on. And I have not taken the dragon on either. So that may be something that gets left for the next Inheritor. You'll have to check out my videos to find out. Otherwise, check out the next Inheritors videos if I don't take it on, because I've only got a couple left. Alright, so let's... Boom, boom. Okay. Get our stack. And let's just move the axes along one llama. Until we run out of axes. Okay. And that axe broke. We've got another one to go, which we just threw away. Alright. So I am not generally a hardcore Minecrafter. So the fact that I've lasted long enough to make 10 episodes has been partially due to caution and partially due to the fact that I have not played in the world as much as I would have liked. So I'm nearly at 100 days, which I'm pretty proud of, considering I'm not a hardcore Minecrafter. I guess I am a hardcore Minecrafter now. I wasn't a hardcore Minecrafter before doing this. I was doing the occasional Tyrannus Superflat hardcore world, which is basically a data pack that I had organised. I had the concept for it. It's basically Superflat without the dirt and bedrock, and just the structures. So I organised for a couple of people to help me put that together. One to do the world generation side of things, and one to do the let's spawn in a village so I can play hardcore. And between the two of them, I got a really nice pack together. The only problem is I need to confirm whether it still works in more recent versions of Minecraft. So the last version I tested it in, I believe, was 1.21.6. And I do have a world that I've been working my way through. It's my third attempt, and I've actually lasted a bit longer this time. I died reasonably quickly in the first couple of attempts. We are back to night time already, so back to evening. Alright. Sleep, and so we've got basically 28 more stacks to go. Happy to give it a little bit of a break. I'm getting a bit sick of the mushrooms at the moment, so we'll grow another mushroom or two if we can, just to leave them here to come back to. There's one, and can we fit another one over here? We put it far enough away. Yeah, we might fit one in there. Nope, too close. What about if we put it over here? No, too close to the other one. Alright, I'll just break the edges off that one and we'll make a new one. I'll leave a couple of mushroom stems behind to pick up later. Yep, that goes straight away when there's no top to the mushroom. We do have mending on our Silk Touch axe. Don't want to have to use it yet. But try not to waste the Silk Touch. I don't have a use for the mushroom blocks themselves in my map art design. Someone else might have a use for them later on. And I forgot to do Silk Touch on that one. That's fine. Alright, how are we going? We got to 12. That's right, we're going to leave some behind. So let's try another one here. Yep, that worked. What about over here? Can we fit one in over here? Yes, we can. Awesome. Alright, maybe another one over this way. Ah, perfect. Alright, that gives us a few to come back to. We'll just take this one down here. And what have we got? We've got another quarter of a stack there. Alright, let's go for a bit of a world tour quickly. I'll grab a horse. And I'll show you the spawn tower. And we'll head down to where the map art's actually going to be as well. And then we'll get back to harvesting mushrooms. Alright, we got a few horses. Just ignore that if you're watching the series, because that's a little bit of a spoiler, but that's fine. We'll just throw some stuff in a chest here so we've got a bit more room. Maybe not that one. Throw some stuff in a barrel in that case. That one there looks good. Let's throw the kelp in there. We're not using that at the moment. And that allows us to grab the lead and jump on the horse. Alrighty, so one of the things that we're looking at doing as part of the... Oh, by the way, this world's still in 1.21.5. I upgraded it when I got it, and I have not upgraded it since. So one of the things that we're doing is a path to spawn. So I'll show you that path. Got a path that goes around this way, which I didn't build this part, but I thought, yeah, I'll integrate it into my path. And then there's a what's known as the Barrow Downs here, which I believe is a reference to another game. Skyrim, I think. Something along those lines. Elder Scrolls. And then we've got a path that goes through the Barrow Downs and through the snow here. Through the edge of the... let's try and get up. Yep. Through the edge of... Where did that tree come from? Should be able to get through here. Yep. Through the edge of the snowy taiga. Through the regular taiga biome. And down to the first little structure I used when I first got into the world, which is a little mining hut that I made. So there's not much there, apart from a mine at the bottom of it. The bed, a chest, and some basic stuff. And down below, we have a bunch of deep dark. Once I actually got down to diamond level, once I got down to deep slate, I ended up in deep dark. So, alright, now, over this way, that's the spawn tower. This is where new players actually spawn into the world. And this path I've only just recently put in, so I'm actually still getting used to it. And it's not the most efficient path, but it can be navigated with a horse. So And there's a bunch of powdered snow at the edge of it, which can get just a little bit tricky to navigate. All right, I just got a reminder that it's about halfway through my normal streaming time, but I started a little bit late, so let me go for a little bit longer, another hour and a quarter at least. And we also need to, if we've got any gravel, we've got 3 out of sight. If we've got any gravel, we could look at making a path through the packed ice here. So we can actually navigate up and down a little better, or some stone. But this here is the spawn tower, and that's not a good place to leave a horse on top of a berry bush. Sorry about that, horse. Avalanche. Avalanche is named Avalanche in memory of a skeleton horse that died in powdered snow. Hello, welcome, Q-Tilitel. So this is the spawn tower, and where people actually spawn, or should actually spawn when the world is handed over, is on this tower here near the campfire. So I spawned here. So AJess created the world. Monilo was the first inheritor. Spencalibur inherited it from Monilo. Jukester inherited it from Spencalibur. In fact, Jukester is now Duke Plays, I believe. Mermaid Brigade inherited it from Duke, and I inherited it from Mermaid Brigade. Excellent. Yeah, thanks. Thanks for the sub. So just have a bit of a look around. We have. Let's go into Freecam. We have a bit of I've got it in the wrong mode. There we go. So we've got a bit of a barren wasteland here. Now this tower wasn't even here at spawn either. This just happens to be where people spawn. So when the world was first created, AJess actually went adventuring and died to a skeleton in the snow. So Monilo actually built the spawn tower, so there's somewhere safe for people to spawn. So a little bit of history there. Now there is a book in the tower that has everyone's stories in it as well. So because my series is about to come to an end, because I've got 6 months of time in the world and I'm down to the last few days, it's one of the reasons I'm streaming tonight, so I can get a bit of extra time in the world and expose a few more people to it while I'm waiting to get my next video done. So to show you where we are in relation to the area I just was, it's over this way. But I came down this way when I first entered the world, and there was no path. I've added the path since, and I nearly died in the snow. Now we've got distant horizons, so we're seeing a little bit of spoilers here. So I came down this way, and there's a little mining hut over there. So we'll come back down so we can see that properly. Head back to not being disembodied. All right. And of course, we've got a spiral staircase here. And we've got an exit here. And we've got a little book there. I won't go through the book. You can have a look at my videos if you want to see what... have a look at my first Inheritance Hardcore video if you want to see what's in the book. In fact, the first one, maybe the second one. I don't know if I got to it in the first one. And we've got a fox that's trapped in here. And we have a bed, so you've got somewhere to sleep the first night if... it happens to be that you end up in the world when it's evening. And we've got some berry bushes and another campfire. Right, where did that lead go? Drop down here? Yes. Okay. Back on the horse. No. I'm going to get on the horse. There we go. Where did the lead go? Did we lose it? Yeah, it's down there. Packed ice will do that. So, speaking of nighttime, it is nearly nighttime. But because we have a fast horse, we can actually get back to the main town reasonably quickly. We're not going to take any chances though. We're just going to head down to the mining hut. I might go to F5 mode just to navigate a little better down here. And we missed the turn off. So there's a little bit of a dog leg in the path there because the path was going a slightly different way when I was bringing it through. We do need to clean up some of these trees in the path, but again, that might be one of the first things for the next Inheritor to do. It's a bit of path maintenance. So we're just going to stop at the mining hut and sleep here. So I don't want to risk losing this hardcore world on stream. So especially when I've only got a few days left in the world. So I will probably be the first Inheritor to actually survive the whole 6 months. This is partly because I've been incredibly careful, because until recently I was not a hardcore Minecraft player, and also the fact that I have not spent as much time in the world as I would have liked. So that's one of the reasons for streaming tonight. I say tonight because it's after midnight where I am. I'm in Australia, on the eastern side of the country, and we're in daylight saving time, so it's actually shortly after midnight, about 6 minutes past. Alrighty, let's head back down here. So this is where I was earlier. This is the main town in the Inheritance Hardcore world. This is built by AJess. It's called Mirstein. And we have quite a lot here. So there's things that were built by the various different players, but the town itself was founded by AJess. There's a tower that was started by AJess but finished by Duke. And there's some farms and things that were all built by AJess. And there's also a bunch of stuff that was built by other people. Let's head down and have a look at that. Alright, so we have a villager breeder that was built by Spencalibur, I believe. Is over this way. Hidden behind something. So we also have a downstairs area, which I'll get to in a second. So the villager breeder is hiding in here. There's a tower here as well, which I think maybe Spencalibur built this one as well. I can't remember. So we've got a little tower. And I know Minilo was responsible for most of the farms over there. The iron farm there was built by Mermaid Brigade, and the decoration down there and down there was also built by Mermaid Brigade. So we have Hall of Remembrance, which I want to put my portrait in, and that is underneath everything. So I'll show you that in a moment. Now if we continue down here, let's see, there's a villager breeder there. We have lost one of our villagers here. Oops. I did not mean to hit you. I did not mean to hit you. I was trying to trade with you. I'm sorry. Here, have some beetroot. Have some bread. Or potatoes. So there's an iron golem down there. There's going to be a problem if I end up down there. I just wanted to trade with you. I didn't want to punch you. How did you even get there? There we go. So this guy has Feather Falling 4. He's now upped his prices on me. So I don't know how you even got here. You weren't supposed to be here. Alright. Anyway, that's the villager breeder. We have a sheep farm here. And I'm trying to get some permanent grass to the sheep farm, which is why this dirt is all here. And I didn't want to use Silk Touch. Oh, excellent. That's made a lot of progress while we've been working on the mushroom farming. And we've got dirt going down this way as well. Let's clean up this dirt. Go back to that one lot of grass that's left there. We'll leave that, let that spread. And we'll pick up this bit of grass and replace it with some smooth granite. So we've got a storage area down here. It was mostly built by Mermaid Brigade. Let's find the granite. There it is. And we'll put the dirt away as well while we're here. So if you're wondering about all the chicken noises in the background, there's a Steve's lava chicken. We'll go and have a look at that in a sec. There we go. Filled that in. And down here we have the Sacred Tunnel, also known as the Sacred Hall. The Sacred Hallway, depending on whether you're in it or looking at it. And we've got some shrines down here for the different inheritors. So going through in order, we have AJess, the founder. So never inherited the world, but created the world. We have Minilo, who's the first inheritor. We have Spencalibur. We have Duke, who at the time was Dukester, I believe is now Duke Plays. And then we have a Mermaid Brigade, who was the inheritor before me. And the aim here is to get grass down here organically, and to finish off this corner of the Sacred Hallway, or the Sacred Hall, and to have a portrait to place there in a shrine similar to these ones. So this is all taken from a ocean monument that Mermaid Brigade managed to find and managed to beat for the most part, but was ultimately her downfall. Alright, and we have some lovely... We have a bridge here that Mermaid Brigade built, and we also have some lovely coral decoration over here. And an iron farm down there. Sorry, that's a zombie farm. So an XP farm. In fact, that is perfect for getting our mending silk touch axe fixed. So let's head over there in a boat and get that fixed. This gets us back to the mushrooms really nicely as well. So I won't spoil the rest of the world. There is a section, actually I did say I was going to have a look at it. There's a section of the world called Kartestadt, which is where the map art actually happens. We'll go have a quick look at that and then we'll head back, but I'll just get some XP first to get this axe mended. So we need to get in from the top. We can go to the drop chute from here. And there's no one in the farm at the moment. No zombies here. Might have to stand up here for a little while and trigger them. There we go. Starting to trigger them. So if we put that in the offhand and use the looting sword, we might do a little bit better. Alright. We need to get some mending on that looting sword as well. What I'd also like to do, and I have the soul soil to do it, is, and the kelp in fact, is to make a return chute for this this mob farm, this zombie farm, where we can get straight back up again without having to climb up the ladder for ages. Alrighty. Nearly got the durability back. What are we at? 1388, 1561, so not long to go. $14.18. Not much to go at all. All right. Alright, do we have any food left here? We do. And we're nearly done with the mending there. I inherited this world nearly 6 months ago, so this is this was inherited back in June this year, and mid-June, so I've only got a few days left in the world, even if I survive, before I need to make some arrangements to hand the world over to someone else. So that successor has already been arranged, but they don't have someone organised to hand over when they finish up, as far as I'm aware, so... Alright. And there we go. We've repaired our mending axe and got ourselves a bit of food in the process. Let's just grab one more carrot for the road. And we'll head back up. So I would like to make a return chute for this one, but I don't think we'll have time with me wanting to get map art done and only a few days left in the world. So we're going to go back to doing some mining of mushroom stems. So I need to get 30 stacks of those. I've got a little over 2 stacks at the moment, but not planning to do all of it on stream. I don't have that much time. But normally I would stream development of a mod pack or of a data pack on a weeknight like this, at this time slot. But tonight I decided it was worthwhile doing a stream with, let's just switch that back. Doing a stream while I'm doing the mining of mushrooms with Silk Touch. Alright, let's get back to safety so we can sleep rather than being out in the open. We did have a bed over there near the mushrooms where we were doing things, but much safer over here. We had more progress on the grass. It's actually starting to get to the stairs. That's awesome. Okay, let's just jump into the first house. It has a spare bed, which is usually not this one. That's alright. We'll just kick someone out of bed for the moment. Alright. So I'm very happy with how well I've done in this world, having had 6 months worth of progress. Even though I didn't spend the whole 6 months consistently in the world, I've managed to survive for most of the 6 months, so very happy with that progress. Just put the ink in there. That'll give us enough space to pick up the lead and ride the horse back over. So one more thing I was going to look at quickly. The whole series started back in 2024. So about a year and a half ago. AJess created the town you see there, and she was the founder of the world. And then we've had 5 inheritors after that. So over this way, we have the graves of people who went before. Memorials for some of them, but graves intended. So we have a nether portal, which I have not been to the nether. I've been a bit of a chicken, which is part of the reason I'm still alive. But we'll see how we go in the last episode, if there's time, as well as doing the map art I want to do, to actually get something happening. So this bridge was built by Mermaid Brigade. Mermaid Brigade came the closest to lasting 6 months prior to me. She ended up having over 1,000 days in the world. I've managed just under 100 at this stage, so I'm not quite sure how I managed to not spend as much time in the world as I'd like. So there was a village here, which has been almost completely cleared out. We have a single armourer left, and that house I built, and that'll be in the final episode of my series. So this is a little bit out of chronology if you're watching just this episode, or just this stream. I didn't do any other streams for the series. Just really wanted to get some time in the world before the end. And stuff that I don't really want to include all of it in a time-lapse or a replay, so because it's really just grinding. So we've got a very sketchy path all the way down here to this other entire town built by Mermaid Brigade. We also built the what's called the wool road that we see here. I've contributed to this a little bit because Mermaid Brigade didn't get to finish it. But almost all of the construction of the wool road has been Mermaid Brigade. So, we have a sign saying, "Welcome to Karnstadt." A sign saying that Mirstein is along the wool road over that way, where we came from. So to give you an idea of what we're looking at in terms of the map art that we want to get done, I won't reveal the schematic for it, because I've never made a map art, let alone a map art of this size before. So this is just a 1x1, I believe, but it is huge. So this is not my map art. This is one that was already here. We'll just put Avalanche in with the skeleton horses for the moment. But yeah, this map art is of Duke. Duke Plays, who was going by Dukester when he was in the world. And, oh good, we've got some bones we can pick up. I do need some more bone meal. Let's just throw these eggs. So we get a bit of a bone meal farm just from having skeletons dying on here. But to give you an idea of the scale, what we're working with, there we go. So I'm going to have my own map art, a self-portrait that will go on top of this. And it's a little bit more complex. I'm taking on a very big project here. Now over that way somewhere, we do have an ocean monument, which I need to go to get some of the stuff that I'm going to need for my map art. It's going to go here. Anyway, back down to ground level. Let's see if we can find any more bones. No, it looks like it was just a lucky find. Alright, we'll just add that to the stack. So I'll bring the llamas over when they've got all of the mushroom stems, and then we'll look at bringing the rest of the resources over. The rest of the resources has probably already been mined, but there was no reason for anybody else to get as many mushroom stems as we're going to need for my map art. Alright, as you can see, there's another nether portal here, which is, as far as I'm aware, is connected to the one at the other end via a nether highway. But I have not been game to brave it. So there's a massive sheep farm here, a massive wool farm. And there's a bunch more llamas here. This is also built by Mermaid Brigade. All of the buildings here were in fact built by Mermaid Brigade. And there's also, by the looks of it, the start of a trading hall here as well. But it has not been populated. And it's had the doors blocked up, just to make sure nobody gets in there that shouldn't, like zombies and such like. So over here we have more of a sheep farm for wool. So I think this is a more manual one for if any additional bits of wool were needed. And over here we have a spider farm built in a mineshaft. So because I've built a little drop chute in that one, or I should say a return chute. So that's my contribution to the spider farm, is the return chute. Mermaid Brigade built the entire thing, including the statue, the sculpture above it. My contribution is this bit here. Only the penitent man shall pass. There's a drop chute down here to get down. And then we have spider farm, and plenty of bows and spider eyes and cobweb string. We've got looting on this sword as well, so might be worthwhile taking a couple of llamas with their chests full of string back with us. But yeah, there's a stairway to go up slowly, but we're not going to go up slowly. We're going to go up the quick way with this handy return chute that I built. Bubble Vader. Alrighty, so that's the spider farm. Very cool. And that's my only addition to it, was the bubble vader, so we can get back up again. It is very slow to go up the stairs and down the stairs. So I'm glad the drop chute was there, and I'm glad that there was space just across from it to build the bubble vader to get back out. Alright, so because I don't want to lose the world on stream, we're going to go ways that I know are safe, which is why I stick to horseback. Now, I managed to find, I don't know whether they had been found and looted entirely by Mermaid Brigade or not, but I managed to find some shipwrecks down this way. Not one, but two, and I managed to find a buried treasure that Mermaid Brigade had not found. And also, this is where I'm getting my horses from, is this little section down here. We'll see if we can pick up another horse while we're here. This is where Avalanche came from. It's down this way. Got some cows. And doesn't look like we have any fresh horses at the moment. But we've got another horse after Avalanche. And just in this corner here, we have some shipwrecks, and I believe, yeah, so we've got a shipwreck here, and right in this corner, in fact, right in that corner over there was where the buried treasure from the map was. I think this one was potentially looted by Mermaid Brigade. I started excavating it. I had the idea that maybe I would have time to dig it up completely. It may or may not still happen, depending on how much time I get. If I get this map art done that I want to get done. And over here was a second shipwreck, which I have not had time to look through thoroughly. Did we just throw something? I can't tell. Don't think we did. I think we just had a spare space. And we even had a little turtle beach here. So I think it was that little corner there. Yeah, that little corner down there somewhere was where the shipwreck, well, where the buried treasure was. And it looks like there's some more ocean ruins down there. Don't have time to investigate those at the moment. Gonna head back to Karnstadt so we can safely sleep. Because I can see there are creepers after us. Alrighty. So I stream twice a week at the moment. I stream on. So I've got the world for 4 more real life days, but I have 2 more episodes of content that I'm going to be releasing from that at a minimum. And I've got 10 that I've done so far. So my next stream will be on the weekend. It'll be Saturday for me, but it'll be Sunday for me. It'll be Saturday for most of the audience, considering that most of my audience are in the Americas. So it'll be Sunday morning for me. It'll probably be Saturday afternoon or evening. That one will be on. That'll be on my Skyflat SMP, which is super flat with just the structures. Completely different sort of challenge to this one, but a challenge nonetheless. So what have you got? You've got nothing on you. You've got lots of space. Okay. A lot of these llamas have got more space than the ones I've got. We might have to grab 1 or 2 of them and take some string back with us. So I stream same time every week as well. So I do Thursdays, Thursday nights my time. It ends up being Thursday mornings for most of my audience. And usually I'm doing either mod pack development or It'll be either for a hybrid sails mod pack that I'm working on, which is basically sailing ships and pirates in, sorry, hybrid pirates. So yeah, I've got pirate ships, working pirate ships that attack you, and also pirate ships that you can sail yourself. And it's in an entirely island world, ocean world, full of small islands, which is quite a challenge in itself. That's what I'm working on at the moment. That will be released as a public mod pack eventually. And also I have another one that I have regular streams from the current version of, which is called Ethereal Airships, which is a floating island airship world. So that one's got Create as well. And the current version of the mod pack I'm working on will have Create 6, and will also have flying pirates in it. So airship pirates and that sort of thing. Lots of fun. So keep an eye out, and feel free to subscribe if you've enjoyed the content. I do stream on Twitch as well, so if you find your latency is better on Twitch and you prefer to watch on Twitch, you're welcome to do so. And if you wanted to follow on Twitch, you're welcome to do that too. Alright, so let's head back to where we were. I don't think... No, we just don't have the room to take much in the way of string with us today. We might look at getting some there. Well, we've still got the world. So the reason for the stream is so that I've got time to do some things like growing mushroom stems when I just don't have much time left in the world. If I'd streamed my normal content this week, then it would have been not enough time to harvest the mushrooms and still get the map art done that I want to get done, or at least get all of the required items for the map art, and maybe even hand the schematic over to the next inheritor, because the map art would actually be a self-portrait for a shrine to myself in the sacred hallway in the main town that we're heading back to. So while we're here, we're just going to add a bit more detail to this path. It's a little bit sketchy. Try and widen it a little bit. Decide which side of that tree we're going past. We'll probably go this side. That way it looks a bit more road-like and a bit less random path. This part of the road was never finished. Memory Brigade made this wonderful bridge though. And this part of the road was a village originally, so I just ran it right through the middle. And we've got one villager left. But for some reason, he doesn't like jumping up that part. We might have to turn that into path as well, or flatten it even more. And yeah, we've got the lone armourer left, who has not actually had anything bought from them. So it could indeed be changed completely in career. I was thinking about using him to make a small raid farm, but I figure I'll leave that as something for someone to do in the future if they want one. This section here I extended a little bit, and I put some of the bricks in here, but most of this from about this point onwards was done by Mermaid Brigade, and I've just added to it. I've not really checked out the guard towers. They're pretty cool. We didn't pick up another horse on the way, but that's okay. Donkeys would be lovely as well, but I just haven't had the time to look for them. So, since we're back here, we'll have a quick look through Minylo's gardens. We have had our llamas scattered to the winds. Oh dear. I hope we didn't lose all of our... llamas and the contents of their chests, because I only see one llama. Okay, we've had some llama incidents. We better make some chests and pick up some chests and put things down before we lose all of those mushroom stems. I'm sorry, llamas. It was never meant to go this way. Should have brought the iron golems over. That mean we lost 5 llamas? Alright, well, we managed to save all the mushroom stems. I think we need to have some iron golems to protect the llamas. I was not aware that they were going to be attacked while we were still around. So we've lost the purple llamas. Definitely. We've got 1 red llama left. Did the others run away? Or did they stay and fight? Well, the whole point of the inheritance was it's for content creators. So yes, realistically, it's for people that want to make video content, whether it's streaming or edited videos. Everyone so far has done edited videos. I think I'm the first person to stream on this particular inheritance series. Let's just have a quick scout around and see if we have any other llamas. So I feel quite bad for leaving the llamas out in the open if they've all been hurt while we're off doing other things. Ah, we've got pillagers. Okay. That could explain it. That's quite a few pillagers. We got rid of that one. That explains what happened to our llamas, most likely. That's a lot of pillagers. We might have to lead them over to the iron golems. Alright, I think it's time to make a run for it. Time to go get some arrows. See if these guys hang around. Have a bit of a sleep. See if the pillagers are gone by the time we go back. That explains what happened to the llamas, though. Yeah, if you're interested in qualifying, you can find a link to the Inheritance Discord on the other Inheritors videos. Or if you happen to join my Discord and want to ask me for some questions about the Discord for Inheritance, you're welcome to ask me there. All right, let's have a quick sleep, and we'll make sure we're not pointing the crossbow at our villagers. Did we forget to tell you what? I think we did. Let's go get some arrows, just in case the pillagers are still around. Okay. Another ominous bottle. I might just pop that one. Put that one in here. We don't want to start a raid. Alright. If the pillagers are gone, and great. We can get on with things. Looks like they might have moved on. Still have one llama left by the look of it. Okay, 2 llamas left. See if we can grab that llama as well. Alright, so we lost 2 out of, well, 4 out of 6 llamas. Can't see the others. Ah, the white llamas may have got away as well. Awesome. Do we have any leads left? Let's go get a lead then. If we've only lost 2 llamas, that's not too bad. Still feel bad for losing any llamas. So we may have lost 3, we may have only lost 2. Let's have a quick look around with free cam to try and figure out what's going on. I think we lost 3. Okay. Wait. No, there's a chicken. Yeah, we lost 3 llamas. Oh well. Better than losing 4. Come on, llama. So a quick scan around in case any llama's gone another way. I think that might be it. Okay. We'll just grab that lead. And we'll tie you up as the lead llama. The others can follow you. And Avalanche, we'll just tie you up over here. I've been playing Minecraft since the alpha days, so since before the official release. But I've only been playing hardcore a little bit in the last couple of years. So let's get the mushroom stems we're after. So obviously we need to stick around and protect our llamas. And we do get pillagers in this area I hadn't seen before, so yeah, I've been playing Minecraft for quite a long time. I've also been playing Terraria for almost as long. Now, did we lose? We did lose some of the axes, I think. Yeah, you didn't have anything. Okay. So yeah, I'll probably wrap up the stream in a little bit. I didn't get anywhere near as much done in the way of mushrooms as I liked, but we did have some excitement with pillagers, and we did have some excitement with other mobs like creepers and such like as well. So I'll finish gathering the stems off stream, but I do have to get some sleep sometime soon because it is a work day for me tomorrow. My favourite game apart from Minecraft would probably be Terraria. I've been meaning to try Vintage Story, and I'm actually looking forward to seeing how Hightail pans out. It would be nice to have some real alternatives to Minecraft. And I really enjoyed the Terraformacraft mod that Vintage Story is very similar to. Some say it's based on it. I would say it's just very similar to it. Yes, we can do that one as well. Can we do a third one? Can we get away with it? Yes, we can. What about a fourth one? Can we put one over here? Let's try. Too close. Okay. Yeah, I think three's the limit. We've got to put it in the right places or they don't fit as well. how many we got? We got another stack and nearly half. Yep, so that's a third stack. We'll just pop them in here and we'll get llamas to take them away later on. So that's nearly 2 and... So that's 2 3/4 stacks, pretty much. So that's about 27 stacks to go. So yeah, I think I'll be editing I'll be playing up until the limit and editing for a while after I've finished up in the world. Probably won't be recording much at all of the stem gathering, which is the reason for putting it on stream. And it looks like it's getting dark, so we're going to need to use that bed that's nearby in a moment. So I do like puzzle games as well. I quite enjoyed Stanley Parable. Other games I've enjoyed include things like Antichamber, Myst back in the day. Quite enjoyed that one. Never finished it, but still enjoyed the idea. Alright, so we do have a lot of mushrooms, which is good because we're going to need those. But more than that, we're going to need bone meal to actually grow them with. So... No, that one fitted. What about this one? Nope. This one? Nope. Okay, let's move it over a bit. What about if we put it over here? Too close to other things? What about here? That one worked. Okay. And if we try one just here, will that fit? Probably not. What about this very corner? Maybe we can get one in here. Yes! Managed to get 4. Awesome. Okay, that means it's basically a quarter of a stack. Or thereabouts of stems each time we do that. There we go. 18. 19. That's actually likely to speed things up considerably. So that's now, look at that, 3 stacks. And exactly 3 stacks. Cool. Trying any COD games or survival type games like The Forest. I did play Ark for a while. I really enjoyed that one. I've also played games like what was it? I've played Half-Life and Lost Coast. What was the other one? Fear and Fear Extraction Point. I quite enjoyed those. So there's a bit of a survival horror thing going with those as well as them being a first-person shooter. Let's make some more axes. We didn't keep the iron on us unless... Nope. Okay. We have to go get some iron. I did try some of the Battlefield games back in the day as well. Wasn't really my thing. Alright, that's my timer telling me I should probably wrap things up soon. I'll give it another half hour tonight. Normally I go for about 2 hours. I've been going for about hour 45 so far. Grab a stack from here and we'll move that over. We'll make 3 more. 2 more axes and grab some more wood as well. And grab some food from the... Oh, we've got sticks there. Perfect. We can make the axes then. Alright. Grab some food from the little farmhouse over here. We'll make the axes. And grab some food. I think we had... Yeah, we've got a bunch of potatoes in here. Perfect. Although the results are more predictable with red mushrooms, I think overall you get less stems with red mushrooms. Of course, if we had red mushrooms as well as brown mushrooms here, we could be making mushroom stew for food. But we don't. No worries. I'm not going to die on stream. I'm going to wrap it up soon, and I'm going to make sure that if I do get anywhere close to dying, that I get somewhere safe as soon as possible and heal up. But I appreciate the concern. So yeah, as I said, I've got 2 more episodes worth of recorded content for the hardcore inheritance world to go. So feel free to check out my existing content for that, and watch out for the 2 that are coming up. And thank you for stopping by and checking out the stream. Appreciate it. Yeah, I do stream once a week at the same time, and also on weekends as discussed earlier. So feel free to check those out if you see them. Let's just try this corner. Perfect. All right. We've got a nice tall one there as well. Use some of the brown mushroom blocks to get up to clean up the mushrooms. Definitely quicker to clean them up from above. And we've already gone through another axe. Typical. Alright. Well, we probably will wrap things up fairly soon. Probably about another 25 minutes or so. And we'll try not to do too much falling off the mushrooms. How'd we go that time? We got 27, so that's nearly another half stack. I think if we concentrate on just doing the mushrooms and not doing anything else, probably do that off stream and off camera, but with flashback just in case anything happens. And can we do one more? Yes! Getting the hang of getting 4 in. Awesome. So we're going to get a minimum quarter stack, and anything above that is gravy, really. Alright, let's sleep. So we're nearly at 4 stacks. We've got another 26 to go. Nah, it's about the same to do it from above or below. As long as we don't have to climb up on top. Have to climb up on top, it's quicker to do it from above. Now, if it were mushroom blocks that we needed rather than mushroom stem blocks, it would be much faster to do. Next time I'm doing map art, I might try and make it mushroom blocks that I need rather than mushroom stems. Can we even reach that? We can get that one. Can we get this one? I don't know if we can get the other one. I don't think it matters at this point. Okay. One there. One there. One there. And one there. You're too close to the tree, are you? Or too close to the other mushroom? Or just too close to the tree? And we're using up all of our bone meal. Try one there. That one worked. Okay. And you're too close to the other mushroom. Okay, we're out of bone meal, so let's take a few stacks of mushrooms back with us and get those turned into bone meal. in order to do for getting a couple more mushrooms. So I'll try one over here. Nope, doesn't like us. Try again on this one. That one worked. So we'll try maybe just there. Perfect. Okay, that's 4 stacks. All right. Let's go. Let's try another one over here. Let's go. Another one over here. Get close to the tree. Maybe about there. And first go. Okay. Let's go get some more mushrooms. I mean, more bone meal. Probably need to sleep again shortly. Alright, that was a decent amount of bone meal. A few stacks of mushrooms though, so a bit of a trade-off. Alright, let's try for one more mushroom over here. Not bit close. Okay. Let's just break some of this closest mushroom here. Too close in that corner. Okay, let's try this there. Perfect. Alright, and not quite dark enough yet. Alright. Probably going to go through this this axe pretty soon. Yep. And we don't have another one lined up, so... Can we sleep yet? Not yet. Getting close to sleepy time. Getting close to sleepy time in real life. Hang on, check door. Pretty good. Good to see you. I'm actually about to wrap up reasonably soon, but let's see. Just been going over a little bit over 2 hours now, so started a little bit later than normal. And as you can see, I'm doing something a little bit different to usual. Doing some hardcore Inheritors streaming. Well, I've still got the world. And it's a thunderstorm, so we can sleep. We have another stack there, and I might just go sleep in the nearest bed, which is just near the Barrow Downs up here. Don't want to let too many thunderstorms, thunderclaps happen, I should say. We've got enough skeleton horses for the moment. Okay. It's got to re-enable chat again by the looks of it. Not sure what's going on there. Alright. How long do I have it? I've had it for 6 months, nearly. I'm just short of 6 months. Alright, it wants me to log back into the restream for some reason. So, give me a moment. I'll just pause the game. Let's hit the be right back side of things. On ABS. Alright, let's see. Continue with Google. That one. Continue. All right. Yep, seems to be fine. So I'll just close the browser again. All right. And we'll go back to the game. So I've got another 4 days-ish left now. It was mid-June when I first got it, and it's now mid-December, or nearly mid-December. So yeah, trying to basically grind as much as I can in terms of mushroom stems, because I really need some for the map art I want to make. Never made map art before, didn't realize how long this is going to take, and didn't realize that mushroom stems are going to be the most affordable thing I could make it out of as well. So all the other ingredients I need are already in the world. It's just the mushroom stems specifically are needed for a specific part of the map art I want to make, which is the self-portrait you'd be aware of from the discussions I've had briefly about it. So how many stacks have I got now? I think it was 3, 4. Yeah, so it is doable. I just need to spend a lot of time concentrating on getting the mushroom stems if I want to do it in the next couple of days. I do have work tomorrow, or later today now. But I do have the weekend coming up. But also, I'm basically running out of time over the weekend, is pretty much what it boils down to. And unfortunately, I lost llamas. I may have lost more llamas. Yeah, I think I lost my other llamas that... Oh, no, there's one there. So I've lost the leader llama again. So I've now lost 4 of the 6 llamas I brought over, which is a little bit embarrassing. But at least once the first one goes, the others are free to leave. So yeah, I never found the 4th one. So they may still be roaming somewhere. Yeah, exactly. I've never really done map art before as well, so MB made it a tough act to follow. Oh, piercing too. Nice, I didn't even realise I had that. I got attacked by a huge gang of... well, I call them a gang, but that's pretty much the only way to describe it. A huge cohort of pillagers earlier. Let's grab that. Yeah, MB did make it for over 1,000 days in the world as well. I think I'm just around the 100 mark now. In fact, I think I might have hit 100 during the stream. Let's have a look. Better of 3 going. So 1673. I believe that actually does put me on 100 days. Let me just have a quick look on the inheritance side of things. And I will just pause the game, just so nothing happens while I'm doing that. Okay. $15.67, and we are on... Oh, we're not quite there yet. So we're on 1673. Wait. We've passed 100 days. We're on about 104. 106, in fact. Nice. So yeah, 1567 was day 1. We're now on day 1673. So 104 days. Yeah, I did lose, like literally lost 4 llamas. You can see the leather left behind from them. So I didn't find the carpet from one of them. Luckily, I didn't lose the mushroom stems that one of them was holding. And I seem to have lost the lead from that last one. So I will come back with a lead. But in the meantime, let's get on with a few more mushrooms. Double check, we have 4 and a bit stacks. And nearly 4.5. Okay. And I think this might be causing problems with mushrooms growing here as well, so we might just give that a try. First go. First go. Not first go. Second go. Alright, so we'll move this one over a little. Try there. No, other mushroom's too close. Alright, so let's get rid of the edge of this one. We'll give that one another try. There we go. Okay. That was not a silk touch axe. Can't silk touch mushroom stem with a mushroom stem. Or with a mushroom. We will go and get some leads in a sec. So that's 19. It's nearly another stack done. Yeah, the llamas didn't like the pillagers, and the pillagers didn't like the llamas. And I came back from exploring and doing a quick world tour for some new viewers to find that the llamas had been scattered to the winds. Managed to find 3 of them, and there's now only 2 left. But there are a lot of llamas that MB had obtained trader llamas over at the over near the map art at Start. So some of them have much larger inventories as well. So what I might do is take a bunch of wheat over and breed a few more. I don't expect to have time for them to grow up, but at least to replace the ones that have been natural attrition, as the saying goes. Or casualties of conflicts. I mean, once a llama starts attacking mobs, the mobs obviously are going to attack them. They're going to attack them back. So let's try getting the first 2. Let's try getting one here. And one over here. That's too close to the tree. How about here? Okay, that one worked. This one is now too close. What about if we put it right there? Will that work? No, too close. Just this side just doesn't want to let the mushrooms be in the spot where I want. I think it's that tree. So if I move that tree out of the corner, I can probably fit 4 on here again, reliably. You're too close to the tree, aren't you? Let's try you here. Yeah, too close to the other one. That one worked. I think we can fit one in here as well, and it looks like it's just about time to sleep again. Keep rolling the mouse wheel right at the last second. It's been an ongoing problem in my playthrough. Alright, well that is my reminder that I was going to finish up around now. So I will give it another 15 minutes or so, I think. But we will sleep first. So I've passed 100 days, which is definitely one of the things I wanted to achieve in my time in the world. Basically means that anything beyond now is respectable. Not wanting to cast aspersions on people who didn't get to 100 days in this world. They know who they are. I'm not going to call them out. That's my first. That means I've successfully done my first 100 days hardcore. Now I've got to do it in Skyflat. Or or Terrano Superflat at least. So that'll probably be my next recorded series after this one. Will be attempt 3 in Terrano Superflat, which I've already done quite a few days in. In the world that I was on attempt 3 of. I just stopped playing on it while I've been in the hardcore inheritance world, because the idea was to give myself more time to play in the hardcore world while it was on a time limited basis. The problem I have though is that I just did not end up spending enough time in the world. And we're out of bone now. Alright. That's almost a fifth stack. So I think we might go through till 8 stacks, so we can consider ourselves a quarter of the way to getting the stems that we wanted. Yeah, I think we're going to take this tree out. Just make it easier to get 4 mushrooms at a time. Yeah, look at that. Perfect. And one over here. Perfect. Four to go is the way to do it, I think. So that way we can consider it minimum quarter of a stack. No, tall one. Not going to complain about tall ones. Alright, that was nearly half a stack. That's great. So that's 5. Yeah, 5 and nearly a half stack. Don't want to waste the silk touch too much, but getting a few of these will make the bone meal go a little faster, I think. Also make it easier to get up to the tall ones. We got 10. It should be enough to get up to the top and take them down from the top. We don't actually have a water bucket. Didn't think that through. Oh well, I guess we'll just silk touch to get these ones. Get them down. And then we can just head down and get the rest from below with a regular axe once we make one. It'd be really nice if the brown mushroom and the mushroom stem were interchangeable, but they're not. I have not seen any of Miney's map art. I need to check out more of Miney's content. I've really only seen what Miney did in Inheritance and the odd stream here and there. But yeah, it's been really good to meet a whole new bunch of creators through the Inheritance project. Or through the Inheritance community, I guess. The tall one. And we're going to need to go get more bone meal. Slight spoilers. But it's okay. Episode 11 will probably have most of the spoilers explained. And then, hopefully, I'll be able to get everything done for episode 12 that I want to get done. Oh, are you seriously gonna do this to me? What? Too close to that one, maybe? Alright. Afterlife Season 2. I wanted to post it for a missing armadillo and one of the starter and for the starter base builds, which were nearly pixel perfect. Fantastic. Yeah, I don't understand how well people can do map art without using a tool to generate it. I mean, I will admit I used a map art generator for mine. So I don't know how else I'm supposed to do it, to be honest. I just don't have the pixel art skills within Minecraft, at least. I can do pixel art fine. It's just you know, picking the blocks within Minecraft is the difficult part. All right, let's see if you want to go from that one. Okay, you're a bit finicky on there, but you did actually grow. Let's try. Let's try there. Might be too close. Yeah, I think it was too close to... I wanted to grow a tall one. So it was too close to this one. And then it was too close to this one. Even though it wasn't the same block, it was close enough that the RNG was saying, no, I'm going to grow another tall one. That's great, though. That means it's much quicker to get the next stack. $23 already. In fact, that's probably half a stack from those three. Those four. Close to it. We got another 6 blocks there. Yeah. Yeah, as I was saying earlier in the stream, you probably weren't watching, but it's basically saying that it would have been much easier if I was doing brown mushroom rather than mushroom stem. Next time I do map art, I might try and deliberately use brown mushroom instead of mushroom stem for the colours. Mushroom stem is still more affordable than the other materials that were being suggested before I said let's go for the affordable ones. 3D. Yeah, I've used a 3D generator for the ones I'm doing, for the one I'm doing, but that's the reason I need so many mushroom blocks. Yeah, but apparently MB did all of hers freehand. She did not use a generator, which I just find fascinating that she's got the skill to do that. But MB is an old school Bedrock player originally. Yeah, I'm really glad to have you discovering all the other creators through me. I'm glad to have been the catalyst for that, and likewise, I've found a lot of great creators just from the content I've been finding that's similar to mine, or that that has viewers who enjoy my content also enjoy that content. So, for example, Amy and Upbeat, it's been really great to find them and to have the community of players around them to get to know. All right, so we had another 6 there. Let's see if we can get another 4 mushrooms quickly. We already got the bone meal this time. That worked quickly. That's good. That was a couple. That was 1. Hey, that was much better. And we got 4. Okay, so yeah, we're at, that'll be 6 stacks once we finish that one. I think getting a quarter of the way there on stream is pretty good. Gives me an idea of how much more time it's likely to take, especially if I don't go off on tangents and just knuckle down. So that's 6. All right, and I think this is going to help with the bone meal a bit more, getting the blocks. They seem to have a higher percentage than an individual mushroom, and they're a guaranteed drop with Silk Touch, where the mushrooms are not a guaranteed drop without it. Although you can get more than one. So, kind of balances out, I guess. We'll just take this whole top of a mushroom. I think a stack of mushroom blocks is likely to get us net us more bone meal than a stack of mushrooms. We do have logs, so let's just make more axes and be done with it. Perfect. So to do this faster, it'd be ideal to move a bone meal processor, bone meal farm, I guess, that uses our leftover blocks and mushrooms, and have it right near where we're growing the mushrooms. But it's close enough where it is, I think, that it'll keep processing while we're doing things with mushrooms. Yeah, starting small is an amazing concept. I really enjoyed it. And funny thing is, when I met Upbeat, when I discovered Upbeat, she was actually on less subscribers than me, but her content is just so engaging. It has such wide appeal compared to mine. I think that she just got the followers much faster than I did, and got up to that 500. I think she's around 800 now. But I don't begrudge it because she's incredibly entertaining to watch and engaging. I think I'm a different pace to some of the like, still not necessarily what I would call hyperactive, but people like Upbeat are literally a little bit more upbeat. But again, that's Upbeat's style. It's different to my style, and that's what makes Upbeat Upbeat. That's what makes me me. I don't try and be people. I don't try and be. Don't try and do a playstyle that doesn't suit me and doesn't feel right, because it just comes off as disingenuous to me when people do that, and I don't enjoy watching people that aren't being themselves. So I don't want to do that myself, if that makes sense. I would rather be myself. Not that I'm saying it. Anybody I've mentioned is not being themselves. It's just that that's not me. Okay, 21. So that's doing pretty well. That's most of the way to the 7th stack. And let's do another one. We do the whole thing, and then the other 3 we'll just do as mushrooms. All right. I think because I've been doing things for a couple of years and I've got my own sort of hardcore followers, no pun intended, my die-hard followers, who are happy to watch me regardless of what I do. Does make it more comfortable for me to just be myself. I mean, growth is great and everything, and it would be lovely to supplement my income with my hobby, but it's not my priority. If it were my priority, I'd be playing a very different way, and I'd be approaching YouTube a very different way. Probably looking at having my content spread across more platforms than just Twitch and YouTube. I do have some branding on other social platforms. I just don't see the need to concentrate on those platforms, if that makes sense. Plus, for it to be worthwhile giving up my day job for YouTube, I'd have to be doing considerably better on YouTube with finances than I am with my day job, and that would be not necessarily easy to do. So certainly coming into content creation at a later age. Oh, that llama's decided to put themselves away. That makes things easy. Yeah, coming into content creation at a later age than many, and also at a later stage than many of the big Minecraft names who've now been doing it for over a decade. Even though I've probably been playing Minecraft for as long or longer than some of them. I didn't intend to do Minecraft professionally. And had no illusions that I would necessarily be able to do it. Alright, cool. We kept 2 stacks of mushrooms. Always good to know. We did not get as much in the way of bone meal from those ones as I thought we would. You're going to be difficult. You're going to be difficult. You're being a little easier. You're being a little easier. Let's give you another go. No, you don't like that block. Let's try that one. Yep, straight away on that block. Let's move you to this one. Yep, you just didn't like the blocks you were on. This is the kind of relaxing gameplay that I got into Minecraft for in the first place, I think. Even though I'm in hardcore, and there is that risk of losing things completely if I'm not paying attention. Just the going back and forth and doing things. You really enjoy seeing growth and excitement from the development. Yeah. It's one of the things I like about small channels is, especially people that I've discovered who are somewhere close in their journey to where I am in mine. Makes it really fun to share that journey with other creators, and to have one of the things that we have in common, and one of the reasons for us to connect is that we're both going through that sort of thing, and and that we're at roughly the same stage of our progression. Mind you, Amy's a fair bit further in her YouTube career than I am, or than Upbeat is. But you know, she's got a specific type of content that appeals, and that's the reason I got into Emmy in the first place. Learning together, yes. And also when it's somebody who's new to a limited world type, and that's been the types of things I've done for years, being an old-time Skyblock player, and then getting into Superflat, and then melding the two into my own preferred challenge, and then finding other challenges from that, like floating islands and that sort of thing, and being able to explain to people how they can do certain things in those challenge modes. It's a great feeling, being able to be that helpful person, which I think is a really common thing between myself and Upbeat, is that Upbeat likes the early game stuff and likes the small side of things, and being at a certain stage of the game. And I think the early to mid game is my favourite part of the game as well, which is why I haven't rushed to the end and rushed to the Nether in this series, other than wanting to be incredibly cautious. I think it's made me definitely a better Minecraft player in general, and definitely made me better at hardcore than I was when I started. Alright, that's 7 and a bit stacks. I think we might finish up these mushrooms, grow some fresh ones to do when I next get onto the world, and wrap up the stream after that. That's about a quarter of the way through the number of stacks that I'll need. And yeah, everything else is going to be available in the world, more than likely already, or not difficult to get. It doesn't need to be grown, it can just be mined. And most of it doesn't need silk touch either. Or it can be crafted. Funny that, things can be mined or they can be crafted. Yeah, that's it. Another half hour gone there before I realised it. So a quick look at how much time I spent on stream. Nearly 3 hours, 2 hours 45, and probably about half an hour of extra time spent dealing with pillagers and doing a bit of a world explore. So I think it's entirely doable in the time I've got left to get those extra blocks that I want to get. Whether I'll then have time to actually build the map art is another question. But if I at least have the blocks, I can talk to the Inheritor I've got lined up and ask them if they would like to do the map art. And if they would, then I don't have to feel too much pressure about actually getting it done, especially if I'm putting the time in for getting the mushroom blocks for them. Yeah, fair enough. And some players choose not to do the end. It's a conscious choice they make for their world, and that's a perfectly valid choice. All right, let's see if we can get these 4 mushrooms to grow with the 4 bone meal we've got left. If not, we'll just go and put some stuff in the bone meal maker. Oh, we've got 6 bone meal. There, we can do it. No, you don't want to do that one. No, 2 there. And no. Okay. Yeah, well, one of the things I don't know if you've seen my nearly 8-month-old channel update. But one of the things I was planning on doing on my channel is a cold start, which is basically relearning how to build in vanilla and relearning what's new in vanilla in full vanilla world gen rather than just the limited world types that I usually do. And working with the environment and building with the environment and starting off deliberately in a cold biome. Yeah. The shulker boxes are the main thing that makes life easier with clearing the end, and I'm perfectly happy on my server to go to the end with people, go exploring the end a little bit, and then leave the things like shulker farms up to the other people. No, I certainly would like to learn how to make them myself, and my friend Joshua made a wonderful video on how to build shulker farms and how to build super flat friendly ones specifically. But yeah, that's not something that I am particularly good at, and not something I have a huge interest in. There we go, we've got 4 more. Alright, how are we going here? We've got 6, 7, and 6 more stems, so I think we are, once we get these ones, we're a quarter of the way there. So let's get these stems with Silk Touch. Luckily we got a tall one. Kind of makes up for that. That was kind of silly. Alright. Well, let's clean this up a bit. Do one more round of mushrooms just to get past the half a stack mark. Since I messed up that that one stem. Also, I'm getting tired, so it's probably better to take a break and then come back to it with fresh mind and eyes. Yeah, well, donkeys are great for that. Bundles are actually good. And llamas, obviously, if you get the ones that have the higher inventory capacity. But yeah, donkeys and mules can be really good. I noticed the donkeys have been pretty popular on Hermitcraft this season so far as well. Although people do have the elytras, they're choosing not to use them. Mules are better than donkeys. What makes mules better than donkeys? Because you can, apart from the look, is that all it is? Is it just the cosmetic thing? Because you can't put armor on mules. Oh, that's almost half a stack. You know what? I think we will actually wrap things up shortly and just settle for that being close enough to half a stack. Faster and jump higher. I don't know. Etho's been getting some pretty fast and high jumping donkeys on the Hermitcraft season so far. I do like meals though. Alright, I'll try and get 4 more mushrooms ready to go. Hopefully we can do that with 6 bone meal. And we'll take Avalanche back to Mearstone. Ah, that's annoying. Well, we'll place the mushrooms and we may as well get that half stack finished. And some more bone meal ready to go when we come back. Instead of having the mushrooms, we'll just have the bone meal ready to go. There we go. We have at least 7.5 stacks. Perfect. Got one there. One there. One there. And this one can go here. And take the rest of that half stack. Oh, so real life mules. Very cute. Alright, we'll let that bone meal generate. And we'll grab Avalanche. And we'll see if we can find that last llama. And bring it into the the fenced off area. A quick look around the free cam. Do we see a llama? There it is. Yeah, I figured one stream, while I still had the world, was worthwhile. I think if I were to do a similar thing in future, I would probably stream it a bit more. All right, I'll take Avalanche back to Mirstein and we'll wrap it up. Oh, and a quick update on the grass situation. Bit of a spoiler for the situation in episode 10, or episode 11. Let's have a quick look before I wrap things up at where we're at. We are starting to come up the stairs. So we're going to make it on one direction. Let's have a look on the other direction. We've made it to the door of the sacred tunnel. So the sacred tunnel's still got a fair way to go. We might just pop a couple of torches in here to help with that. So we've still got a fair way to go for the sacred tunnel, but it may be not sacred tunnel, sacred hall. It confuses me that MB uses two different names. Sacred hall when in the tunnel, sacred tunnel, to get to the sacred hall, I guess. But yeah, hopefully I'll be around long enough that we can see it, reach it in episode 12. And that is looking good. I think we'll get there. That's not as far to go as it is for the sacred tunnel. Sacred hall. All right. Well, that's been a pretty successful play session, and one that I don't have to worry about editing. So I'm happy with that. All right. Spoilers. We have diamonds. Thanks everyone for watching. Thank you, Unchecked Door, for being with me through to the end, and thank you to everyone who watched between the beginning and now, and thank you to anybody who watches the replay later on. I appreciate you all. And I'll get my outro going, and I'll continue a bit of blurb for that. But yeah, thanks. It's been a great stream. All right. At this point, I will say thank you, as always, to my patrons. The Fantastic Soap, Only Arrow, and Catsmith. Thank you all for continuing to be paid patrons. It is appreciated. And thank you to Apollo Music for creating the music that I've used. And thank you to all my viewers and subscribers for getting me to where I am at the moment. Thank you especially to AJess for creating the Inheritance world and coming up with the concept in the first place. Thank you to all the Inheritors before me. And yeah, looking forward to wrapping up the series. And without any spoilers, I know who the world is being handed on to. And I'll say that it will be going into good hands. So, looking forward to seeing where it goes once my time is finished. So, just looking at the moment, we are currently on day 1678. So we have well and truly made it past the 100-day mark. Very happy with that. Music we're listening to at the moment is Cobblestone Generator by Apollo Music. The music used earlier in the video, used earlier in the stream, is all listed in the description. All by Apollo Music. If you're looking for music for your project and you can afford to pay a bit for a commission, it's not overly expensive. It's not ridiculously cheap either. I think you get value for money. Feel free to check out Apollo Music and see what you think of their stuff. And if you are looking for music to be commissioned, check them out. If you're looking at wanting to play on this world, feel free to join my Discord and get in touch. And I'll point you in the direction of the Discord for the Inheritance world. Otherwise, you can check out the other Inheritance videos, and you may find a link to the Discord there. Alrighty, coming up as my next edited series, and the next stream, in fact, will be Skyflat Redux. So it'll be on the SMP, and that'll be allowing the players to get to even more of the world. But again, it's just going to be structures. That's all Skyflat Redux is super flat with the structures and with the nether and the end as normal. So it's still on 1.21.8, I believe. So we're still waiting on an update to the Flan plugin that does the claims. But we may be going to 1.21.11 once it's released for that, if it doesn't release for 1.21.10 in the meantime. Let's see, next week I'll be doing dev streaming, so modpack dev streaming. I haven't done the Ethereal Airships 2 mod pack this week, so I may do that next week, or I may do Hybrid Pirates. And yeah, Ethereal Airships stream at the weekend after next. Thanks again for watching. Bye for now. That's all from me.